Welcome to the Penant Yacht Cruises and Expeditions webinar. Today's destination focus is Antarctica. My name is Julie Rogers, and I look forward to sharing the wonders of Antarctica with you today. We learned previously Penant began their spirit of adventure in 1988 and have been exploring the world with guests who share our passion for discovery and appreciate the signature luxury of Penant. Penant has earned its reputation as a true polar specialist. Thanks to our fleet of modern expedition ships, Penant guests explore the secret and hard-to-reach locations of the mythical White Continent. In Antarctica, we have 5 expedition vessels that explore the region. The 4 sister ships you see in this image, all with 1C polar ice hull. What does a 1C ice hull mean? Well, it means Penant sister ships can crack through and push icebergs out of the way. It does not mean these ships can cut through solid ice floe or the ice shelf. Le Commandant Charcot is the 5th Penant vessel to explore Antarctica. Le Commandant Charcot is the ultimate explorer. It is a luxury ice explorer. This vessel has ice-breaking capabilities. The hull is PC2 and can actually navigate all the way to the geographical North Pole, which we will discuss in next week's Arctic webinar. With the ability to navigate through ice, Le Commandant Charcot will take Antarctica exploration to the next level. For the first time, guests will reach the ultimate level of adventure. Explore the most isolated regions in Antarctica, whilst enjoying the conditions of unprecedented luxury and comfort. Le Commandant Charcot expedition itineraries have been carefully curated to ensure guests encounter the most incredible wildlife experiences, including the elusive emperor penguin. Are you ready to unleash your inner explorer and learn more about Antarctica with Penant? The International Association of Antarctica Tour Operators, known as IATO, identifies Penant as the world leader in Antarctica. IATO reports that Penant takes more guests to land in Antarctica than any other company. Penant is #1 in Antarctica. Penant promises a rare and unique opportunity to experience all the intensity of an Antarctica expedition in luxury and comfort. The safety and respect of the environment in this pure and pristine location is a priority for Penant. One of the most common questions I am asked is, when is the best time to explore Antarctica? The answer you can share with your clients is anytime between November through to February, which is summer in Antarctica. In Antarctica, each month offers different experiences. November is the beginning of summer, lots of snow and ice, and the icebergs are massive. The birds, seals, and penguins are mating. You see penguins running around like crazy as they're building nests made of flat stones and pebbles. In December, the penguins sit on their eggs. In December and January, the eggs hatch. From January through to March is the peak whale watching season and the most amount of sightings. Meanwhile, ashore, the baby penguins are growing, losing their fluffy down, along with seals behaving like naughty toddlers. I will send you this image in the follow-up email for you to keep on file and share with your clients. There are 4 areas that encompass the Antarctic region, and Pennant currently has 54 expeditions that cover these regions: the Antarctic Peninsula, the Falkland Islands, South Georgia Island, and the South Orkney Islands. Our cruise embarkation is usually Ushuaia, Argentina, the city at the end of the world. Pennant includes 1 night pre-cruise 5-star hotel in Buenos Aires or Santiago, and return charter flights with transfers to and from the ship. We leave Ushuaia around 5 p.m. and we leisurely cruise through the Beagle Channel. Overnight, we begin our crossing of the infamous Drake Passage. The most favourable time to cross the Drake is during the summer months of November through to February. Don't be concerned. The Pennant expedition ships are modern, technologically advanced vessels which have stabilizers to maximize our smooth sailing. With 140 crew members and 14 expedition team members, we ensure our 200 guests are well looked after. During this first sea day, our guests get to meet the expedition team and start to prepare for Antarctica excursions during the journey. The expedition team will host lectures in the theatre, introduce themselves, and highlight their individual expertise. The expedition team continuously give your clients lots of great information and collateral for them to keep so they can learn more about Antarctica. But like your clients, the expedition team are bursting to arrive into Antarctica and set foot on this 7th continent. Because the Pennant vessels are expedition purpose built and have a shallow draft, the vessels hug the shoreline and meander through the icebergs using the reinforced ice hull. There's lots of public viewing either inside or out amongst the deck. Most rooms have private balconies. You can see here the Pennant polar jackets. These are provided to guests on board and are for them to keep. We also provide rental waterproof boots at no additional charge. We provide a checklist of other clothing essentials in the documentation, and we ask our travel advisors to go through that checklist with their clients. The first landing on Antarctica is amazing. Everyone is just so excited, including the penguins. They are there to provide personal welcome to each guest. I'd like to share a typical day in Antarctica with Pennant. It might start with a beautiful polar sunrise that you can see from your beautifully appointed room. Perhaps you might lay in bed and read the daily program that's been delivered to you with lots of information about what you'll see that on this particular day, as well as interesting facts and a great rundown on the weather and how you can prepare for the day. You can check that your clients will check the excursion schedule. There's usually 2 landings per day with approximately 90 minutes per landing. Sometimes even a 3rd landing after dinner in the height of summer, mid-December through to mid-January, when the sun provides almost 24 hours of sunlight. This is an example of my expedition from February. You can see we have landings. The landings are in color-coded groups of 50, and we switch around the order of the landings so that everyone has an opportunity to land first. we're only allowed to have 100 people ashore at a time. And this is why we have these smaller groups of 50. The crew on the bridge might let you know about any marine life they can see. So it's very exciting to be able to see the wildlife up close from the expedition ship, either from your balcony, or maybe you'll go to one of the outer decks. You can even go to the bridge. Penant has an open bridge policy. When you're ready, enjoy a sumptuous breakfast, a choice of 2 restaurants or room service. Meanwhile, whilst you're having breakfast, the expedition team will go out and scout the perfect landing site for our guests. Once the expedition team have found the perfect landing site, they get the Zodiacs ready for us to go exploring. So we learnt about the Zodiacs in the previous webinar. They're small, flat-bottom boats that allow us to land anywhere. We take 100 guests ashore at a time. To protect the precious environment, we wash our boots in preparation. We board the Zodiacs from the aft marina. It's simple and easy just to step into the Zodiac with the assistance of our sailors. We use the Zodiacs to shuttle to and from the landing site. When we use the Zodiacs as shuttles, the sailors are our drivers of the Zodiac. Sometimes even the captain will be your Zodiac driver. We make these landings by Zodiacs because we can land anywhere. And the expedition team is there waiting for us. So we've enjoyed the lectures in the theatres, and now it's time to experience Antarctica in real life. The expedition team share their knowledge and educate us whilst we're experiencing the Antarctica landing. Guests can explore, spend time with the expedition guides, and participate in guided hikes. There's an opportunity to go kayaking for the more adventurous. Clients can be as leisurely or as active to suit their own level of fitness. All of our landing sites offer close proximity to wildlife. These are chinstrap penguins here in a close-up. You can see there's the black strap under their chins. Can you guess what all the pink stuff is? Yep, you guessed it. That's penguin poo. Guests don't have to go on the hikes. They can stay close to the landing site and simply watch the wondrous world unfold in front of their eyes. Guests will always have company. Look at these penguins. They are molting, so you can tell they're juveniles. And maybe they're even seeing humans for the first time. If you put your camera bag down, don't worry, somebody will watch it for you and keep it safe. Chicks are usually born in January, and you can see their fluffy down of these two in the photograph here. Seals are also part of the welcoming committee when we do our landings. These guys here are fur seals, and they are quite young and quite curious, particularly this little guy. This landing is my personal favourite. An abandoned whaling station located on the inside of the flooded crater of volcanic Deception Island. What you can see here is the ruins of the whalers station, which stopped operations in 1931. It became a scientific station up to 1969 and has been abandoned since. Now it's an important breeding ground to many Antarctic fur seals. Deception Island is incredible and very popular for photographers. It offers stunning contrasts of the black volcanic rock and the Antarctic white snow. Guests can walk along the beach to view the Weddell and Antarctic fur seals. And for more active guests, a guided hike up to the top of the crater for a magnificent view of the caldera, the site of the volcano that collapsed 10,000 years ago. Other landing sites with historical significance include Port Lockroy, an old English research station. It's now a small museum, shop, and post office. Clients can send themselves a postcard from Antarctica. So when we're not doing landings in Antarctica, we actually enjoy zodiac safaris. And you can see the penguins are coming along for the ride. The zodiacs are quite roomy. We stop often to admire the scenery, look at the ice, and to watch the wildlife. Expedition leaders are with the guests on the zodiac safaris to share their knowledge and expertise and to help us spot wildlife. Sometimes we don't really need their help. The wildlife is larger than life and right in front of us. We're always looking for wildlife viewing opportunities. Sometimes the wildlife comes looking for us, like this curious leopard seal. They are predators and are often popping up, hoping to find penguins to snack on. It's very common to have close-up wildlife encounters. The peak of whale watching is January through to March. Up close with wildlife, awe-inspiring moments, a Pinot moment. And if we are lucky, guests may even see the humpback whales bubble net feeding. Bubble net feeding is a cooperative feeding method used by groups of humpback whales. The group circles a school of krill, and they use a team effort to disorient and corral the krill into a net of bubbles. They start to blow bubbles while continuing to circle. The whales simultaneously swim upwards with their mouths open to feed on the trapped fish. It's incredible to see. We see nature in all of its wonder, and we witness a healthy ecosystem operating. In this case, the orca is considering this crab-eater seal for his dinner option. He doesn't look too obliging. This guy's hilarious. Let me introduce you to an elephant seal. He popped up beside us in the Zodiac in South Georgia. I put this photograph in because it's rare to see the elephant seals whilst out on the Zodiac safaris. They're usually too busy lazing around. This guy's saving his energy. As you can see, his skin is molting. The males are often fighting to protect their harem of females. These two are young males though, and it's very common to see them playing around, jousting. So far we've discussed zodiac excursions and landings via zodiac. Another way Pinot does landings is we use the 1C ice hull to wedge onto an ice floe so we can disembark directly onto the ice. This is a fun photo of the crew pulling the ship up onto the ice floe. So we can take a perfect group photograph. A true Pinot moment. We make it special by sipping on French champagne and snacking on delicious French macarons. Another Pinot moment is the polar plunge Pinot style. We have a heated swimming pool on board, and we often have barbecues on this deck as well. It's such an exhilarating feeling. feeling crisp air, stunning scenery, and the fun of the barbecue. Penont is a blend of authentic expeditions mixed with luxury. Let's talk about ice. Your clients will see a myriad of ice in all shapes, sizes, and colours. You probably already know that most of an iceberg lives under the water. But did you know the amount beneath the surface varies from 50% to 99%? The variation is largely in the amount of air that is trapped in the ice, which affects its buoyancy. We cruise amongst the ice floe in the zodiacs. It's very quiet and so serene. Wonderful wildlife viewing opportunities. And we see the penguins playing and swimming. This guy's a Gentoo penguin. The ice is shaped by wind and rain, and we are often dwarfed by the sheer size of some of the icebergs. Eyes are drawn to the dramatic ice background with jagged edges and different colours. And then, almost as a surprise, you see that you have a seal in your photograph that you didn't see before. Blue ice occurs when snow falls on a glacier, is compressed and becomes part of the glacier. Air bubbles are squeezed out and ice crystals enlarge, making the ice appear blue. Let's take a closer look at this interesting piece of ice. We can really see the air bubbles. Ice often looks like cotton candy, always dramatic, and sometimes enormous. This is a tabular iceberg. The largest one that I have seen is 47 kilometers in length. Sometimes when we're out enjoying the view of the icebergs, we might have a cheeky glass of champagne. So I think we've had a great overview of Antarctica today. Antarctica is a great choice for curious travellers who love natural wildlife encounters. I'll remember this day for the rest of my life. Authentic expedition experiences and memories that last a lifetime. Clients can immerse themselves in the destination and allow the wildlife to approach them. Penont has 54 Antarctica departures, and this is the most popular expedition itinerary, an 11-night package that includes 10 nights on board exploring the peninsula, 1 night pre-cruise in Buenos Aires, and the return charter flights. Many of the departures feature a 30% solo supplement. However, we do have several departures with free solo supplement. If guests have longer time to vacation, they might consider one of our longer expedition that includes South Georgia and the Falkland Islands. We also travel south of the Antarctic Circle and can include the Orkney Islands. As Le Commandant Charcot has the ability to cut through up to 3.5 meters of ice, the expeditions in Antarctica are incredible. This is an 18-night expedition exploring below the Antarctic Circle. The expedition includes Charcot and Peter Island, and you can see on the map here that we leisurely explore the coastline and into the ice floe. Why are we traveling into the ice floe? Well, because the highlight of this expedition is seeing the elusive emperor penguins. the largest and certainly most majestic of all living penguin species. The emperor penguin grows to almost 1.5 meters in height, and the males weigh approximately 45 kilograms at the start of the breeding season, but will drop to 23 kilograms at the end of the breeding season. As you can see here, the chicks have black heads, white mask, and grey down. And then as they mature, they develop the beautiful gold of the emperor penguin. This expedition takes us into the Weddell Sea and through the Larsen Ice Shelf. Another choice for Le Commandant Charcot is to combine the Antarctic Peninsula with the Ross Sea and Ross Ice Shelf. A number of historical huts and modern scientific stations have been set up along the Ross Ice Shelf and the shoreline. Here, guests will learn about the brave and historical expeditions of Shackleton, Amundsen, and Mawson, just to name a few. Thank you for your time today. I hope you enjoyed learning more about Antarctica with Pennant Expeditions. I will send you an Antarctica fact sheet and links to all of the Antarctica expeditions, along with a portfolio of Antarctica videos and images. Next week, we will explore the different regions of the Arctic and learn the differences between these two polar regions. Thank you once again, and we look forward to welcoming your clients on board a Pennant luxury expedition to Antarctica.